Guys, it's been a crazy week, okay? So, first off, the IHRA. The IHRA was absolutely awesome this weekend. I was watching on YouTube all weekend. It looked like a fantastic time. Wish I had been there to ride that Ferris wheel and get some pictures of race cars on the Ferris wheel, but whatever, maybe next year. So, it was awesome. There was a lot of first-time winners and a lot of repeat winners too. It was a really good race. So, Top Fuel, Kyle Sattenstein got his first win, which is awesome. Congrats to him. In Funny Car, Del Worsham got his second win, I think, of the year. Maybe third win of the year. Either way, he's been killing it this season. In Top Fuel Harley, Ryan Perry got a win. Awesome for him. In Pro Nitrous, Cam Clark won. In Outlaw Pro Mod, Randy Weatherford got it done. In Pro Mod, Ethan Stedding won. In Top Alcohol Dragster, Tom Fox Jr. won. In Top Alcohol Funny Car, Phil Ez won. In Fuel Altered, Paul Miller won. And in Mountain Motor Pro Stock, Chris Powers won. Now, the Chris Powers win was interesting. So he won, and then he made a post online with like a fake, one of those big gigantic checks, and of like $100,000 or some crazy amount of money on it. And he was like, he made a post about it, making a joke, haha, cool beans, whatever. The IHRA came out and fined him for, what was the direct quote? Violations under Administrative Procedures and Appeals related to participant conduct. And was kind of quoting that, the part of the rule where it's like, oh, this includes on social media. So, it'll be interesting. So the fine is either a 1-year ban or a $100,000 fine. They can appeal it. Chris Powers and his team can appeal it. So we'll see what happens. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I did not see the meme myself to fully have an opinion on if it was bad or not. So I'll just leave that at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so more IHRA news. The Scott Woodruff, he doesn't have a title, but he's IHRA upper leadership. He was on the Competition Plus Power Hour podcast on YouTube on Tuesday, and he announced that IHRA is going to be 8th mile for all classes next season, which is an interesting choice. I understand why they would come to this decision and decide that this is the thing to do. But why are we racing 8th mile if we have a quarter mile of track available? Now I get it. Not all of the tracks are able to handle cars going quarter mile, which is fine. Race 8th mile at the tracks that you need to race 8th mile at. But at the tracks, especially the nitro cars, at the tracks that you can run 1,000 foot, run 1,000 foot. Okay? I don't know. I think it'll make it harder for the NHRA to acknowledge championships from the IHRA. Because right now, everybody on the NHRA side is like, oh, Clay Millican's never won a championship. It's like, well, yes, he has. He's won a couple IHRA championships. Actually, I believe he's the most winningest Top Fuel driver, championship-wise, in the IHRA. So, but nobody acknowledges, or not nobody, but not a lot of people acknowledge that Clay Millican is a Top Fuel champion, just not in the NHRA. I think dropping down to where now we're just racing at a different distance, it's now, we are marking this as completely different from the NHRA, which again is fine to be different than the NHRA. I think it's going to make that harder to acknowledge people for doing well in the IHRA. Well, oh, now it's just 8th mile. Is that even racing? They're just 8th mile. That's not what I think, but I can hear the people online. Is it even 8th mile? Is it even racing if it's 8th mile? Is this even really drag racing? Are you sure the championship counts? He was going a shorter distance. Over the whole season, he went 3.8 miles slower than the NHRA cars did. I could see silly goose keyboard warriors just popping off. But anyways, it'll be interesting. I personally am not a huge fan of 8th mile racing. I'm sure it'll grow on me, but we'll see. A lot of it is I don't understand the numbers. Okay, I'm already not a numbers person, but I'm gonna have to relearn what a good speed is, what a good ET is for all of the classes. You know how long it took me to get quarter mile and 1,000-foot times? Okay, I have been a drag racing fan for 20 years now. Like, it's gonna take some relearning up in the noggin. Okay, so, anyways, it's been crazy. The whole 8th mile thing has really sparked a lot of debate online on every single page that has posted the news about it. Some people are hooting and hollering. Some people are like, oh yeah, it's so much safer. Let's do it that way. Which, again, I understand the safety reasons, and, you know, keeping it uniform throughout the whole season is kind of easier on the teams. You don't have to juggle between, like, okay, going 8th mile this weekend, quarter next weekend. You know, you don't have to change the tune-up 100 billion times. It's just, this is the tune-up. You're running 8th mile. So I get it for that reason. But from a fan perspective, I like quarter mile racing better. Shoot, I wish Nitro would go back to quarter mile. I know they're not going to, but I would like it to happen. So, anyways. Okay, let's move on to the NHRA. So as I film this, it is Saturday morning, which is supposed to be day 2 of qualifying for the finals. That has not happened yet. They have not got in day 1. They pulled the plug. It rained all day yesterday. I kept flipping back over to NHRA TV, and it was nothing. Like, you know, they were doing their rain out shows and, you know, showing old driven series and old school racing videos, but no cars went down the track yesterday, which sucks. All right, let's talk about the NHRA. So, there's been a lot of news this week, okay? So, it dropped earlier this week that the Chasing Speed documentary that they've been working on is going to premiere January 21st on Vice TV. I am so excited to watch that. I got to figure out where to watch, like, how to get Vice TV, but I am so excited to watch that one. I think it is going to be really good. I love a good behind the scenes. Let me see how your brain works. How did you get to the position that you are in? I love seeing and hearing about that. Okay, so the biggest news, and I think this news it's been a long time coming. We've kind of known that this was probably the direction that this was heading, but John Force has officially announced his retirement, which really sucks. It's really sad, but it makes sense. He's definitely earned a retirement, a very happy retirement. He's been the GOAT. He's been the absolute legend of this sport for the past, at least the last 30 years. Arguably maybe 40 years now. Math. Yeah, probably about 40 years, 30, 40 years. He's been the hottest car on the track. He's been the driver that everybody wants to race against. He's been awesome. So I do like little Legends series, and even before he announced his retirement, I had started doing research to make a video on him. And I don't remember what video it was in. I think it was in the Competition Plus Legends series on John Force. John started talking about how when he was a kid, he would, anytime before he would get into like a fist fight or something, he would like throw up. He'd be so nervous and so scared. He would throw up. And his direct quote was something along the lines of, I'll put it up here, but he said something along the lines of, you got to do it scared, even if you're still throwing up. You got to do it. You got to push through it. And that I'm watching that, and I'm sitting here taking notes watching it, and that hit me like a ton of bricks, because I too have struggled with anxiety to the point of I'll throw up. And John freaking Force. Let me say that one more time. John freaking Force has also had anxiety struggles before. And the fact that he overcame those and became the baddest funny car driver on planet Earth is insanely inspiring to me. And I'm wondering how many people have never heard that before, because I've been a John Force fan forever. I hadn't heard that until this year. So I'm just wondering how many other people out there have anxiety and know John Force and the character that he is, and would just find comfort in the fact that, oh, I can get through this. John Force got through that. I can get through this. So yeah. So obviously he's an insane winner. He's won 157 races. But I think that might be his biggest impact. It's just the inspiration that he is. So, if Pomona runs, which they'll definitely finish the race, but if they run today, it'll be alcohol and then straight into nitro, and then the bikes and pro stock cars, and then loop it through again. But it'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting for sure. It's only 9 a.m. right now, so East Coast. So they really won't be running for a couple hours now. But hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be able to get it in. Let's talk championship picks real quick. So I want Doug Coletta to win in Top Fuel. I think Austin Parks is going to get it done. I feel like that's locked in at this point. I think mathematically it's not locked in. Like, if some things happen, Hagan can win, but like Austin has to go out round 1 and Hagan has to win it or something like that. Again, I'm not a numbers person. I really, really want Dallas Glenn to win the championship. He was so close last year. Okay, listen, I'm an Erica girly. Okay, so I wanted Erica to get it last year, and then when Greg won, it was like, well, this sucks. Yeah, nothing against Greg, but as a fan, okay? I'm speaking as a fan right now. Nobody get upset with me, okay? I like all of the drivers. I just have favorites, okay? And that's okay. So, this year, I really, really want Dallas to get it. I think he's going to. He's so close. I think he's going to. And I'm pre-excited for him and Sadie and their little puppy, and just how awesome it's going to be for them as a family to enjoy and celebrate this championship. And then in Pro Stock Motorcycle, I really, really think Richard Gadsden's going to win it. He is right there. He is, I think, 21 points ahead of Gage Herrera, which is insane. And with as far in rounds as these two usually go, the semis or finals, they're either winning the thing or they're going out in the semis, or they're making it to the finals. I think that it's going to come down to the semis or the finals for this race. Unless, like, Matt Smith gets Gage Herrera around 2 and takes him out, which would be epic. But I think it would be awesome for Richard Gadsden to not only get his first win in the season, but to get his first championship that same year. I think that is awesome. And you can't ever replicate that. It's a one and done type deal to do. That's, it's crazy. I am so excited. Really, really hoping that the weather dries up and that they're able to get this race done safely. If not today or Sunday, then it'll be Monday or Tuesday that they will get this race in. Like, so help them. They will get it in. But so exciting. So excited to watch. I'm really excited about the banquet, to see all that. I'm curious of who Rookie of the Year is going to be. It's going going to be interesting. It's going to be really cool. So, thank you everyone for watching. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Tell me about your favorite racetrack memory. I want to hear it. I want to read them. Okay? I want to hear what your favorite racetrack memory was. Either like you driving, you going as a fan, tell me about it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.